the 90s since this past weekend. Now, I'm the last one to complain about the heat, but here is why this extreme heat is so important. When you have temperatures this high, humidity this low, down around 15%, and wind gusts up near 40 to 45 miles per hour, it will continue the fire danger through at least today. As we have already seen in Guthrie, Oklahoma, any fire that develops in these conditions can spread very rapidly and out of control. Now, we are going to see temperatures drop back down to about 80 degrees tomorrow, but it takes a cold front to do that, and unfortunately, that front could trigger some severe storms later on tonight and tomorrow. Savannah?
All right, Dylan, thank you so much. Meantime, at the top, we mentioned the Obama administration's new report, a dire warning when it comes to the nation's changing climate. And as we mentioned, Al was at the White House, and you had a few moments with the president to talk about it.
We did. This report has taken years to complete with input from hundreds of scientists and technical experts. President saying the report's conclusion is clear. If we want to stop climate change, the time to act is now. More dangerous floods. More frequent and powerful storms. Wildfires burning more often with less water on hand to put them out. And on the heels of America's warmest decade, more heat waves and periods of severe drought. All these symptoms set to grow more severe, according to the latest national climate assessment put out by the White House Tuesday. Why is it taking so long to get to this point where you're sounding this urgency?
Well, I tell you, we've been sounding this urgency for the last 5 years. If we don't do more, we're going to have bigger problems, more risk of economic impact, and more risk of extreme weather events that can result in people losing their lives or losing their properties or businesses. And we've got to have the public understand this is an issue that is going to impact our kids and our grandkids unless we do something about it.
The president says we can start by reducing greenhouse gas pollution. 97% of scientific studies on climate change say global warming is caused by humans. And yet a Gallup poll out last month found that 1 in 4 Americans skeptical of the effects of climate change and think the issue has been exaggerated. Some critics on Capitol Hill agree.
This debate shouldn't be about alleviating the guilt complexes of liberal elites. It should be about actually achieving the best outcome for the environment, for energy security, and most importantly for the people we were sent here to represent.
Do you think when it comes to the American public that in a sense when it comes to climate change, they might actually be ahead in their thinking as opposed to their elected representatives?
The public knows this is a problem. They're concerned about it, but they don't know if they can do anything about it. They think it's something in the distant future, and politicians generally, up in Congress are not going to get out too far in front of the public, and that's why the public's voice has to be heard on this.
A delay could be costly. A recent study by the World Bank lists cities around the world with the most to lose economically from rising sea levels. 5 American cities make the top 10. Miami, New York, New Orleans, Tampa, and Boston.
Oh my God!
And images of recent disasters aren't enough to spark change. An artist used environmental data to show what rising waters could do centuries from now to the Jefferson Memorial, the Statue of Liberty, or Miami Beach if the tide of climate change isn't turned. And the interesting thing is that you look at a number of the industrialized nations, their citizens believe in climate change far more in greater numbers than they do here in the United States.
A worldwide problem, too. It needs a worldwide response. Al, thank you.